forgot my glasses. I can't see a thing without my costume glasses. Hi everyone, welcome to another VHS Vault stream. As you can see, the Velma costume won today's costume poll. So that's cool, I guess. I'm not feeling myself today. Whew. Okay, so today we're going to be taking a look at Mentors, which we've already watched some on previous VHS Vaults. We're going to watch some more of that, as well as some other kids shows that are partially lost. I don't know if I mentioned this, but Mentors, most of the show is just like lost media completely. We only have some episodes left. And also this other show that I liked as a kid that aired on the Discovery Kids channel called Incredible Story Studio, which was basically an anthology show, but the kids wrote the stories. So the idea is kids would send in story ideas, and then of course like a professional screenwriter would write the actual story, but the concepts came from kids. So I thought it might be fun. There's one story in particular that stuck out to me that I remember as a kid, from when I was a kid rather, so we'll watch that. Cool beans. Let's jump into it. I think this is another Canadian program, by the way. A lot of these older 90s shows I remember for Canada. Don't know why.
I found this while I was minding my own business going through Jacob's desk. He's been working too hard. People wear wigs for crazy reasons. Ask Sarah Lai, author of Girl or Boy. It stars the dashing Trevor Holloway and the intense Joseph Rogoshevsky. Works for me. Jacobs, roll the film.
Did I ever watch Myth Quest on PBS as a kid? The kids got stuck in a computer that sent them into various myths. No, I probably would have liked that, but I never saw it.
My name is Sarah Lai, and I wrote Girl or Boy.
10 feet or something, and then starts cheering at us.
Wonder why this one stuck out to me as a kid.
Such a idiot. We were laughing at him. And the coach,
It was Brian Kennedy's first day at his new school, and he was looking forward to making a good impression.
Oh, he was turning all around and stuff.
My dad!
You little runt! I'm gonna kill you! Come on!
These boys were muscular. Brian thought they must have failed a few grades and had to stay behind in junior high. Brian was scared. Really scared.
Oh my god, why does the school bathroom look like it's at a truck stop? Oh my god, did people's school bathrooms look like this? What the fuck? It looks like a crack house. This is just in the school? Okay, that's scary. Okay, it wasn't a bathroom. For some reason it looked like a bathroom because I thought the thing was a stall. This is just like a stairwell?
Really scared.
Okay.
Split up and look for them.
Brian was cornered in the drama room. There was only one thing to do.
Where are you, you little twerp?
By the way, in the 90s, if you wanted to write a bully, you just had him wear one of these. Whatever these green sort of pseudo army jacket things were, if you wanted to write a bully in the 90s, you put him in that. There you go. If you ever become a costume designer in the 90s, I just did half your job for you. That would be nice, Trey. How you doing?
What are you, some kind of a sicko?
John was amazed at the ravishing girl's beauty. It was love. Love at first sight. As Brian ran away from John, he accidentally ran right into the school auditions.
Okay, I kind of understand why the wig was part of the disguise, but did he have to put on the whole dress? I don't know. I don't know, man.
Perfect.
Probably projecting my childhood here, but any excuse to put a dress on, I guess.
You were born to play Cleopatra. Do you have an audition script? Here. Whenever you're ready.
Burn the great sphere thou movest in.
Go on.
Darkling stand.
Bugs Bunny taught us to fully commit to the bit. True. Jay's a proxy with a 200 stream streak says, "May the 4th be with you, Hannah. 800 to go." Jeesh. How have you been this consistent?
Burying shore, O the world. O Anthony, 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 help friends below, let's draw him hither.
We have found our Cleopatra. Everyone else can go.
Very Shakespearean.
What is your name?
Brianna Kennedy.
Rehearsals start tomorrow, 12 noon sharp. Oh.
This is before being a Kennedy was embarrassing.
Hi. I'm John Stevenson. And you are the most beautiful girl in the world.
Oh, thanks.
Wait, he was just in another location. Fine.
Hi, it's me, John.
Hi, I was in another location that you were walking from, but somehow also the place you were walking to. I exist simultaneously in multiple spatial dimensions. H-Bird says, "I'm sorry, but this was totally written by an egg." It was written by a little girl, so, you know, I don't know about that.
From yesterday? You're Brianna,
Like,
right?
if it was written by someone who was like a mab and was a little kid, I would say yes, but I don't know.
I'm sorry about busting into your change room yesterday. I was just looking for this little punk.
He's not a little punk.
Pen names are a thing. They showed the writer. They showed her.
He's my...
Future Slash fangirl. Now that I would believe.
brother.
Your brother?
Yeah, and you better not hurt him.
I'm sorry. I never knew.
I really gotta get a fucking haircut and get my bangs back.
Hey, listen. Would you like to go to dinner with me?
What?
You could bring your brother along. I like to make it up to him.
I gotta go.
Dinner at a nice restaurant.
It's Canadian,
Please.
yes.
I'll never bug your brother again.
Never? Do you really mean it?
Yes, totally.
Okay. Look, I gotta go.
Good evening, welcome to the Diplomat.
I like that he's just basically stolen this wig. Like, this was the property of the school, but it's his now.
Okay. Would that be in smoking or not? Alright.
Gotta secure that wig better.
There is,
Gonna get snatched.
John was from a rich family and decided to take Brianna to an expensive French restaurant.
This is a fancy restaurant.
Beautiful.
Thanks.
And what is that amazing perfume you're wearing?
Dandruff shampoo.
Oh. So, you didn't bring your brother?
No. He's coming from my dad's place.
Oh. Your parents are split up too?
Yeah. I have to go powder my nose.
Where'd
When
the kid
Brian
get the
comes, you
card
better-
again? What was he wearing the cardigan earlier? Because I know he had stolen the dress. Is it literally the same outfit or is it a different outfit? Let's see. That is okay. Yeah, that's no, wait. Is that a different cardigan? He went out and bought a different cardigan. I really don't know.
Brother again.
John
Wearing.
Part of my nose. When Brian comes, you better be nice to him.
Okay.
This is most definitely slash fangirl stuff. I can imagine this as an anime. Like, it feels very anime plot if you aged them up to, like, high school age. This feels like an anime plot of, like, a fan service weird, like, fucking anime.
Hi, Brian.
Hi.
Sorry about the other day. It was just a misunderstanding.
Right.
I like that this is the pure version of a sitcom plot, you know? Like, you're two people and you gotta pretend to be two people to one person. Slight permutation of you have 2 dates to the prom and you need to go between them and not let them interact with each other so neither knows you're on 2 dates. Kind of an inverse of that.
Sure.
Oh, Brianna just went to...
To powder her nose, I know.
Yeah, very Miss Doubtfire. What year was this? Was this before or after Miss Doubtfire? Probably after. The kid probably ripped off Mrs. Doubtfire, like, entirely, because they're a kid.
Saw her when I was coming in.
Oh.
Let me ask you something. If my sister went around, would you beat me up?
Well, that's all forgotten. I've never met anybody like your sister. She's, like, tough on the outside, but she's really caring. It's great to be with someone like that.
I have to call home, excuse me.
My brain is too rotted with egg-cracking stories for me to not assume this ends with the kid coming out, but I know that's not where it goes. That's the dream, Jason Proxy. That's the dream. Is this where they got the idea for Hannah Montana? No, they got that from Gem. They stole Hannah Montana from Gem.
So, my parents always argued. They said fighting was a true sign of love.
Wait, we're trauma dumping on the first date? Just talk about your interests, man. Not for date number 1.
It was when they stopped arguing that they got divorced. They say they're still friends, but...
Divorced child energy on a date? I've never heard of that before. I've heard of divorced dad energy. Divorced son energy? Okay.
Mine say too. I guess friendship gets more complicated as you grow up.
Yeah, I guess it does.
John was really in love with Brianna, and he was so proud of her, he went to all her rehearsals. Finally, the big night arrived.
As sweet as balm, as soft as air, as gentle. Oh, Anthony, nay, I will take thee too.
By the way, this was like a new school he was supposed to be going to. Did he actually like enroll and go to classes himself? Or as far as the state is concerned, is he just a truant? Because he seems to just be dressing up as this girl character and being in the play. Like, doesn't he need to go to class and be like, present? It was written by a child. I know. I can't think too hard about it, but still. Yeah, do his parents know he's in the play? How does he explain, like, yeah, I gotta go to practice for the play? Presumably they'd want to see the play, but then they'd see him dressed as a girl, so... Oh, who could have seen this coming? What did I say about the wig, you stupid bitch? Even one fucking clip. Even one clip, bitch. What are you doing? What the fuck? Someone's never watched RuPaul. It's Shakespearean. It's fine. Same mind, Chase a Proxy.
Now that's what I call acting.
Oh. Did he pierce his ears? Probably not. They're probably like clip-ons. They're like stage earrings, most likely.
John?
I'm gonna break your neck.
What was I supposed to do? You were gonna kill me!
This time you're gonna pay.
John was outraged and ready to pulverize Brian, but as he looked at Brian, all he could think about was Brianna.
Oh my god. This girl grew up to be such a fucking Fujo, it's not even funny. This girl grew up to be into like some fucking gay shit. And I'm all for it. I'm happy for her, but holy shit. This I hope she really funneled this into some good AO3 shit when she got older. Cause like, goddamn, this is some cute gay shit. She's one of the women writing for the Omegaverse. When is he gonna nest? Tater Tots, thanks for following.
John.
Are your parents really divorced, or did you make that up too?
No, it's true. Listen, John, I'm really sorry about everything.
Listen, shut up. Just put the wig back.
You're just lucky I never kissed you.
Come on!
Here.
Thanks. They're really nice.
Brian.
I choose to believe that as they got older, they were best friends, and then the one that wore the wig comes out, and they're very happy together.
How would you like to be in next term's production of Romeo and Juliet?
Yeah, you would make a perfect Juliet.
I've got an idea. You play perfect Juliet.
Yeah, like that's gonna happen.
No, I'm serious. You've got this pasty face innocence.
Pasty face.
It was then Brian realized that Brianna had done something incredibly valuable for both he and John. Something neither of them had ever experienced before. True friendship.
Yeah, okay. Alright then. That is a cute story though, that's fun.
Ooh, I'm still not as pretty as Brianna.
Boss, you seen my lice farm? I had it growing on a wig.
14-year-old Sarah Lai.
There she is! Degenerate!
Right, Halloween.
She grew up to write the gayest shit, I bet.
A boy dressed up as a girl. She plays basketball, table tennis, and football. Sarah loves her family, so she is dedicating her story to them. Great story, Sarah. Don't go away. Kid author Marcus
Unironically, that story has stuck with me since I was a child. So, good for her. There you go. We did it.
Goodwin mixes up a love potion disaster.
What's her name? Sarah Lei? L-E-I? Alright. I don't remember the second story in this episode, but we'll watch it. Then we'll watch some mentors.
More Java. Marcus Goodwin wrote a story about a drink that makes people fall in love with you. Jacobs was nutty for it, so I made it to make him shut up. The Love Potion Catastrophe stars the charming Chris Ross and the dreamy Danny Mulvihill.
How's the coffee, boss?
Why are you dawdling? When you could be dancing with me, honey buns.
My name is Marcus Goodwin, and I wrote the Love Potion Catastrophe.
Stephanie was the most popular person in the whole school.
This looks familiar. She must have been in a lot of, like, 90s Canadian kids shows. Like, she definitely showed up in Goosebumps.
Everyone liked her, but no one more than Ryan Morgan.
Oh my god, it's Miss Trunchbull.
I think Stephanie is awesome.
These kids get SAG credits. Is SAG the union in Canada? Because this was shot in Canada, so I don't know what their union is, if it's the same.
I think Stephanie would be far more impressed, Ryan.
If so, probably, because, like, this is a full TV show.
If you had, in fact, spelled awesome correctly. But your little love note has reminded me to announce a writing assignment. I want a 5-page essay on a famous love affair. A real love affair, like Romeo and Juliet.
What kind of fucking assignment is that? Also, that's a really poor understanding of Romeo and Juliet. Oh god. Again, I know a kid wrote this, so it's fine, but she's supposed to be a teacher, so that being her understanding of Romeo and Juliet is quite funny.
Due in 1 week. And Ryan, spelling counts.
Oh, my life is over. Stephanie's gonna hate me forever.
Now, what famous love affair reflects me? I'm passionate, yet dangerous. I'm thinking Bonnie and Clyde. Chicks will dig that.
I'm gonna just do Anthony and Cleopatra.
Oh, good choice. I'm sure Stephanie will admire your originality.
Alright, little Miss Three Pigtails, with your little snarky comments. What the fuck are you doing here? You just wait around the halls for someone to say something for you to swoop in and be condescending towards? Jesus. That's the perfect, yeah. You know, acting is reacting. Look at that. Look at this. Oh. I'm so disgusted, can you tell?
On his way home, Ryan noticed a
fucking brilliant acting.
Strange trailer by the side of the road.
My hair's fucked today. God, I hate the summer months. They make my hair so bad. Oh, it's a TARDIS. It's bigger on the inside. How nice.
Aha, a love problem.
What is this show? Incredible Story Studio. It's an anthology show produced in Canada where all the screenplays are written by kids.
You can tell?
It's written all over your face. Sit.
Oh, we're doing this kind of exoticism.
Her name's Stephanie.
Okay.
She doesn't know I exist. Well, she knows I exist. She'd just rather I didn't.
This ancient love formula is 500 years old.
Okay, all points aside, because the idea of like a love potion is a pretty common one in anthology TV shows. I know there was at least one Twilight Zone episode about this, where he gets a love potion, the main character has a woman fall in love with him, but she's like obsessed in love with him. Anyway, decent episode of the Twilight Zone. But usually the characters in anthology shows are, how do I put this? Adults? So I think it takes a special kind of magical realism character to give a child a love potion? Like, maybe don't do that. That's not good. The Chaser, thank you. That is the name of it, The Chaser.
Cousin Marvelous Melvin and I...
Which is referring to, there's the initial love potion, but then there is a secondary concoction that he ends up going to get from the guy when it doesn't work out.
Worked on this batch for weeks. All it takes is a few drops. And remember, after she drinks it, she'll fall madly in love with the very first person she sees. So you have to make sure you're that person. Get it?
Got it.
Good.
Guessing he fucks this up. Jessie Bell has a love potion, right? Is that the one with the person who turns into a horse? Jessie Bell, which one is that? That's one of the backwoods ones, right? There's Twilight Zone episodes that take place like in Appalachia or in backwoods areas. I'm never a huge fan of those ones. Except for the one with the guy and his dog. That one's pretty good. Let me look. Okay, I do remember it. Vaguely.
This period is for reading your book, Ryan, not the labels of love potion.
But Miss Jones...
You can pick it up after lunch. Really, Ryan, you don't honestly believe in this nonsense, do you?
Probably thinks it'll help him get Stephanie.
Very embarrassing that everyone knows he has a crush on her.
People, after lunch there will be a spelling quiz. So use the noon break to prepare.
Teacher gonna drink it? Oh no!
Miss Jones was not the most beautiful teacher in the world. She dreamed about romance, but knew that she needed help in the man department.
Are they gonna go the route with this? I think they're gonna, because that's gonna be yikes. And I know this is written by a child, and a child doesn't know the full implications of what they're writing here. But yikes! Why would she drink it? Does she know how a love potion works? You're not supposed to drink it, you're supposed to give it to someone to fall in love with you! She doesn't even understand how a love potion works. And, like, that's already ethically all fucked up. It's like a magical, no. It's like super magical roofies, basically. But permanent. No! Oh, no! Fuck. That's a shame.
Hello, Ryan. Welcome back to class.
Oh, no!
Ryan couldn't understand what had happened to the love potion. Why was the bottle half empty?
All your books off your desks. Only answer papers are allowed. The first word is...
Oh, she did say it wasn't permanent? That's good.
Lovesick. Lovesick. The second word is passionately.
No! Oh, she's straight up thinking about doing shit with this kid. This is fucked up. Yikerinos, chat. And I'm using chat the way Zoomers use chat, not the way chat like streamers use chat. That's how intense this is, chat.
I think maybe Miss Jones wound her bun a little too tight this morning.
Hello, Ryan. Hi, Miss Jones. I was wondering if you wanted to go out to a movie tonight.
Oh! Would you like to go to prison?
It's a school night. And besides, has anyone ever told you you have the most beautiful, beautiful hair?
This is so bad. I just got done watching a documentary last night called Tell Them You Love Me. And it's not exactly this. That's about someone taking advantage of a disabled person sexually. But this is giving me similar vibes of the woman who did it in that. Freyline says the social existence of female pedophiles is wild. Why? Like, pedophilia in general is wild, but I don't see why it would be, like, weirder for women to be pedophiles. You know what I mean? If anything, I would imagine female pedophiles are probably underreported because it's so associated with, like, men being perverted. I imagine a lot of female predators probably get away with it because they're not as suspect by our social standards. Like, look at what has happened historically when, like, a teenager, a boy or something gets, you know, statutory raped by, like, a female teacher that is, you know, stereotypically attractive or whatever. Look at the comments on any fucking news story about that, and it's disgusting. So many people being like, oh, I bet he liked it, like, shit like that. It's fucked up.
The next day, things got worse. As Ryan was riding his bike to school, Miss Jones was actually chasing him. Ryan was so embarrassed. When Ryan got to his locker, Busy Lizzie walked by.
Having trouble with your girlfriend, Ryan?
She could spread a rumor like it was a deadly disease.
How am I gonna get out of this mess?
The best way to break up with someone is the sandwich method.
What are you talking about?
Say something nice, break up, then say something nice. The bad news is sandwiched between the good news.
Oh yeah, that'll do it.
Break up with who?
You and Miss Jones. You know, in case things don't work out.
Go talk to another adult!
Work out? She is my teacher.
Ryan raced back to Madame Pretzel for help. And left with a bottle of anti-love potion.
I feel like if you are a magic person in a movie and you're giving someone a potion of any kind, legally you should be required to give the antidote along with it. That way, you save them a trip back to your imaginary shop at the end of the second act. It just speeds it up. Freyline says I meant the acceptance of female pedophiles. I just can't spell. Ah, that makes more sense.
Miss Jones, we have to talk.
By the way, the documentary I watched yesterday that I mentioned, Tell Them You Love Me, it's on Netflix, and you can also find it elsewhere, I'm sure. Fucked up. I'd recommend it, but it's really hard to sit through. About facilitated communication, which is a can of worms.
Miss Jones, you're a nice person. You're smart. You're really smart. You know all about spelling and Shakespeare and stuff. It's just, I can't go out with you. I mean, you're my teacher. It's just wrong.
Also illegal.
I won't let you ruin what we have. We don't have anything. I'm only 12.
Oh, God, he looks older than 12 even. He looks maybe 14 or 15. He's fucking 12? Ah! He's barely... He might not even be pubescent. I mean, he... Oh, God.
I'm sure there's a Romeo out there for you somewhere.
Yeah, Don't Fuck with Cats is another good documentary.
Maybe you should have a drink. It'll make you feel better.
You are so wonderful and so kind. I will always love you.
What's the point of this story?
Ryan, you are the only one of the class who hasn't handed in the essay on romance.
Oh, sorry, I've been kind of preoccupied.
You come back and write it here after school until you're finished.
Life was back to normal, but Ryan still had the love potion. And he still liked Stephanie.
I assume the point is he learned that consent is important. Which is, I guess, a good message. Weird way to get it across.
But after what he'd been through, Ryan decided it just wasn't worth it. So he didn't get the girl, but he lived a nice, quiet life, and never had a teacher fall in love with him again.
Jacobs, why are you not comforting me?
Drink the anti-love potion on your desk, will ya?
Wow. 13-year-old Marcus Goodwin can't think of anything more disgusting than a teacher falling in love with a student. When he's not writing about love potion disasters, he's playing football or cards with his friends, or hanging out with his dogs. Great story, Marcus.
What an interesting show.
Jacobs, I can't move until this anti-lice treatment kicks in. That could be days. Get me some stories to read, now.
Yes, boss.
What's with the accent? She's supposed to be, she's like the Crypt Keeper character that's sort of the what's the word? The framing device for all the stories. And she's supposed to be like an old-timey news editor, or like a magazine editor. Old-timey editor. The idea is that she picks the stories. So, you know, she's talking to her assistant. Hey, give me that, hey, give me pictures of Spider-Man. You get it. All right, let's go over to Mentors. We've been watching this lately. Like I said, not like a ton of episodes of this, because it's mostly a lost show. But we'll watch what of it we have. So if you missed us watching the first couple episodes of this, basically the premise is it's a kid who invented a time machine accidentally, and he can bring people from the past to the present for some amount of time. I think it's like 48 hours or something. And he learns life lessons from them. This episode's Joan of Arc. We already did the Oscar Wilde episode, which was quite good. The first episode wasn't that good, but Oscar Wilde's episode was fun. Disgusted that I gotta be close to the age of some of the moms on these goddamn shows.
She'll be right down. Dee!
Coming.
I have one word for you. Hand press.
Toast?
Yeah, bleach flour.
I don't mind bleach.
No comment?
Eat some cereal. We gotta go.
Mom and Dad have a really busy day ahead of them today. Atrocity, betrayal, greed.
Camprex?
It's a big, stinky multinational company that wants to build a big, stinky pulp and paper mill right beside a national park.
Banana?
Brady McKnight is the lead underwriter for Cantrell.
I'm sure she'd be thrilled to know nowadays that they're looking at selling the national parks. So, that's fine.
And my parents are selling the company's stock. Eat something. How do you look yourself in the mirror?
I don't have time.
Paper mills stink. So do sugar beet processing plants. Beets stink.
Read it and weep.
There's a place in Michigan by, I think, like, Bay City that does that, and it's nasty. Whenever you drive through there, it's just awful.
Looking for a great environmentalist from the past?
What we need is someone who stood up for their principles, despite the odds.
How about Gandhi? He practically invented peaceful protest.
No, it took him years to prevail. We need someone who can fast-track this.
How about Francis of Assisi? A total nature lover, for one thing.
Boring.
He was a saint.
That's it. A saint. Saint Joan.
Joan of Arc? She was a head case.
She led France into war against the English when she was only 16. Not bad for a head case.
She heard voices. Said they were saints? She was probably a schizophrenic.
Or brilliant. Or a criminal if you're a 15th century religious zealot. Take your pick.
Okay, fine. We'll bring back your Saint Joan. Just don't come to me for help when she starts talking to herself.
Oh no, are they gonna do the thing where they question, like, is she crazy? Or is she really talking to God and the saints?
You know, Joan was only 19 when she was found guilty of heresy and burned at the stake.
Probably want to bring her back before then.
Specify target.
Try 1430. She was 18.
1430. Confirmed. Specify location.
The makeup I put on for the Velma outfit specifically looks a little bit like I used Homer's makeup gun. You ever notice that? I look like a clown sex worker.
Specify subject. Joan of Arc. Confirmed. Subject confirmed.
That's a pretty nice reprieve. They grabbed her out of prison. That's good. Oh, it does. She's gonna think they're, like, saints or something, like in Bill and Ted. Yeah, they always put them back at the end, and their memory is wiped of the future.
The Archangel Michel and my dear Saint Marguerite.
Are you sure I should not wear one under a cloak?
Trust me, Joan, no one packs a sword here.
And these garments? Will you not be subjected to scorn and persecution?
Only if it's not a designer label.
In my time, it is sacrilege for women to wear men's clothes. That is one of the charges against me.
No, she didn't know English.
What?
The TV show. Just, they use a fucking babblefish. There's a psychic wave coming from the machine. When they get sent through time, it installs English in their brain. Take your pick. Fine.
What?
If you're wondering how they eat and breathe and other science facts, la la la, you'd fucking finish it.
What's the matter?
This.
Just a show.
This is a prison.
Relax.
I take it you've been here before.
Like the dungeon at Rouen. Cold and dark. My wrist would change.
Joan, this is a school, okay? École. Where our troops await.
Overthought with 100 bits says, thanks for helping us, Joan. Now we could keep you here so that you live out a long life, but you have some burning to get back to. Bye! Yeah.
Hey, guys. All right, everyone, this is Joan Tremblay. She's with Greenpeace in France. She's here on an exchange, and I thought...
Wasn't the first episode with David from the Bible? No, that was a different show that was a ripoff of this show. This show is secular, and in fact, relatively progressive in a lot of ways. That's a show that ripped off this show.
Maybe she could advise us, you know, on the Canprex thing?
Well, maybe we could circulate a petition.
Pétition?
C'est en français, a letter of request.
Yeah. Yeah.
3 times I wrote to the English. 3 times they did not answer. Only swords made them listen.
They're not recruiting her for environmentalism. They're recruiting her for her fightingness. For leadership ability.
She was with Greenpeace. Sword is code word for megaphone.
The enemy, they make camp in the forest?
Well, they will soon. They're gonna cut down millions of trees.
Mon Dieu. That is more than all the woods by Doremy.
That's her hometown.
Would historically people give a shit about that at all? You know what I mean? And I'm not saying, like, they wouldn't value, like, oh, you know, natural resources, but, like, I don't even know if you could picture, as someone from that time period, the scale of, like, modern logging. I just can't imagine they could even, like, fathom what that means, or what the impact of that would potentially be. You know what I mean? I know it's a TV show. MH Darkbeast says, Hannah, you'll dig this, check it out. Oh god. Okay. The Booples. And then also, if you have an A&W in your town, you and Baja should enjoy this. Island Cream Freeze. Lemon lime soda with creamy vanilla soft serve blended with tropical flavors. She probably couldn't try it because I'm assuming there's dairy in that and she's vegan, but I could try it. And Ashley with 50 bits says, you ever seen this Australian show? Round the Twist? What?
Have you ever felt like this? Have strange things happen? Are you going round a twist? Have you ever felt like this? Have strange things happen? Are you going round a twist? Well, have you heard the word about the bird and the spider? It wiggled and wriggled and jiggled inside. Well, have you ever felt like this? Have strange things happen? Are you going round a twist? Have you ever felt like this?
Wow, that gave me no idea what that show's about. That sounds interesting, though. I will save it for us to potentially look at in the future. And then the other one, the Booples thing. Oh boy.
When you're feeling too small for God to use, remember this.
Oh no.
God uses the itty bitty. Why would I lie to ya? Trust him, trust completely. Yeah, give it a try. Like the woman with 2 pennies and the little drummer child. Moses led God's people, God is faithful all the while.
You're on an LSD trip right now? Why would you be watching me if you were on an LSD trip? There are so many better things to watch.
So many in the Bible have learned this lesson well.
Don't waste your expensive drugs on me.
Never fail us as we learn in David's tale. David faced a giant like he had the bear and lion with a small stone and big gun.
Because I'm coming off the screen. Ooh, what if I do this? Oops, wrong button. If I do this. Ooh, I'm in full screen and you're on drugs. Oh, that's embarrassing.
Rock Goliath. One more time. God uses the itty bitty. Why would I lie to ya? Trust him. Trust completely. I'm trusting. Yeah, give it a try. For the foolishness of God is smarter than you think, and the weaknesses of God are stronger than our strengths. So many in the Bible have learned this lesson well. God will never fail us as we learn in David's tale.
This just makes me want to watch Dorbies.
C'est une forêt de chênes, full of visions. Each tree like a member of my family. We
Sure,
must
you can give me a
go to
video.
the heart of the enemy.
Civil disobedience. Right on. All in favor?
Sure was.
This link is...
I bought a free train ticket. It can only be bought from one place on the rail network, and it's blue.
I'm on a train to London Liverpool Street, the busiest station in the UK, and from there I'm going to be going to the busiest airport in Europe, and I'm not going to catch a plane. Now arriving into London Liverpool Street, and the train has stopped. Welcome to London Liverpool Street, the busiest station in the UK, and it serves a bunch of railway lines, including the Elizabeth line, brand new, opened in 2023. We are going to...
With the broccoli haircuts that are popular, are more kids curly-haired than there used to be? Why is that so prevalent? Did curly-haired guys just used to, like, shave their heads? What's up with that? Oh, I love Ghost Rider, James. I fucking loved Ghost Rider.
to be heading to...
They're getting perms? Seriously? That's so funny! I didn't know they were going out and getting perms. I got nothing wrong with it. I'm not gonna make fun of kids for expressing themselves with whatever hairstyle they want. Just funny that perms came back and now men are getting them. That's funny. Good for them. Alright.
London Heathrow Airport Terminal 2 and 3.
So I walked outside to get to the...
Perms and mullets are coming back, eh? You know, styles are in constant flux and what's old is new again. I salute the youngins and hope they enjoy whatever is popular with them at the moment.
Elizabeth line
I refuse to be a boomer. I won't. I won't be another one of these old people that's like, things are changing or different or blah, blah, blah. Fine. Fine.
Station. This station is actually...
I didn't like things when I was a kid anyway.
Brand new. It opened in 2022 and is the primary reason for Liverpool Street's insanely high usage numbers. Then my ticket was rejected from the barriers, but finally I made it to the station and had a revelation.
I am underground. Here is a handy map. We're at London Liverpool Street. We're going to be going all...
Alright, I've heard his posh voice. I'm gonna go back to men.
Steam this morning.
She's bringing home an exchange student for a sleepover.
You talked to her?
Voicemail.
Well, I better go get McSween from the airport.
Ted, what do you think our allocation will be? 100,000 shares?
Higher.
200,000.
At 70 cents a share.
Business! They're doing
okay, we
business!
can do the size at lunch, and then meet outside the Brady McKnight building by 3.
Dee.
What?
I don't want to be negative, but there's like 8 of us. And I was just wondering about the impact of what amounts to a bowling team in front of this building.
C'est vrai.
Ashley One Up says, boomer voice, in my day you couldn't pause your TV and there was only 150 Pokemon!
We need more soldiers.
Well, we can recruit some more people today at lunch in the cafeteria.
Qu'est-ce que c'est?
The bell.
That? That is not a bell. A bell is a voice from the highest point of a church. When we marched into Reims, every cathedral in the city rang out for hours. It was glorious.
Yeah. Well, around here it generates a little less enthusiasm.
So I'll see you tonight?
Aren't you gonna help?
I'd rather eat head cheese.
I thought you gave a damn.
Look, all that's gonna happen is that you're gonna recruit a bunch of deadbeats who want to cut class.
Jojo says, I had an Uber ride with a Zoomer with a Burt Reynolds mustache. He was driving a Tesla with a custom plate to Lucy.
You're afraid.
Give me a break.
Do not be afraid, Oliver. My sense will protect us.
This company, Brady McKnight, paves the way for companies who don't care if they destroy our forests. They're killing our trees. Hand tracks kill.
This is a siege, monsieur. You will not cross the barricade.
How does this work with picket lines? Like, you can't literally physically stop people from going into a place permanently, right? You can maybe impede them temporarily, but, like, you can't go in this building that we don't own. Also, mad props that she was about to straight stab this guy. 3 seconds of thought, and she's like, I gotta stab him! Oh no, I don't have my stabber!
We're very pleased that Brady McKnight was chosen to handle this offering for Camprex, Mr. McSween.
That's all right, son. It's no secret that I like to do business with...
Man, the 90s loved Texas businessmen, too. Have you noticed that as a trope? The Texas businessman with the bolo tie and the hat? MH Darkby says, guess who's happy? The Pope is dead. Oh, is it vegan teacher? Of course she is.
Folks who like to do business.
I'm ambivalent on the death of the Pope. I don't have an opinion.
Save the trees and don't support Catholics!
Oh my. These days I seem to be more popular than a fez at a Shriners convention.
It's nothing to worry about, sir. It's just a bunch of kids.
Kids who should be in school. I wonder if their parents know what they're up to.
These guys are destroying our forest! They're tearing down our trees! Catholics, what?
I think we should leave.
You can leave if you want to, Oliver.
Catholics, kill!
All right, made your point. All right, come on, let's go. Come on.
My parents used to do this kind of stuff all the time in college. Who am I kidding? They're gonna freak.
When I was 13, my father dreamt I rode with soldiers. He could not know my future, so he thought his daughter might become a...
This show is very creative in trying to say things that they clearly weren't allowed to say, like the Oscar Wilde episode. And there, I'm assuming they weren't allowed to say sex worker, which I don't even know if sex or worker was in the vocabulary back then. There were usually less kind words for sex workers back then, but...
He said, if that ever
We
came
need a Captain Planet reboot. Is Ted Turner still alive?
to pass, he would drown me with his own hands.
Drown you?
He was afraid. I was afraid too. For me to disobey my parents. But I have done what I know to be right. And my sense of what is right has come from them.
86? Alright. He's gotta save us and make Captain Planet too. Isn't it depressing? Like, I don't know how many people are around my age. I know a lot of my audience is older than me. And, like, none of them are younger than me. But, I remember growing up in the 90s and there's, like, a lot of environmental messaging, and on some level you hoped, like, oh, good, we're aware of these issues. It's gonna be hard, but certainly we'll work on these issues and things will get better. And then just, like, everything's gotten worse every decade for years. We don't need Ted Turner. The power is yours. Oh, we're fucked then.
Satin bag.
Alex Markle says I'm literally younger than you. Most of my audience isn't, though. There's some younger than me. Most of it isn't.
I wear it to remind me of their love.
Amazing Stories or Room 104. Oh, I like them both. I'd probably have to choose Amazing Stories because of the variety of stories, but I really do like Room 104 as just an experiment in how many stories can you tell with the same setting, and how like wide in variety those stories can be in the same setting.
People used to kiss this, right? For courage?
So how long are you grounded for?
Green guy with $1 tip says, Hannah, if I watch on Twitch on one tab and YouTube on another, do both count as one viewer? They do, but you don't have to do that. It doesn't make that big of a difference. It's fine. I would rather not have my views cheesed. I would like legitimate viewership.
It's tough to run a revolution from your bedroom.
This is not so bad. In 1429, we besieged Paris, but...
Are all the episodes on this show about time travel? It's always the two kids, and they bring someone from the past to the future.
They held
Yes.
their ground. My saints' voices were stilled. We awaited resupply. We had no food.
That's it. No food.
Pardon?
Talk to you later.
D?
Until Brady McKnight stops doing business with Canprex, I'm on a hunger strike.
What? Don't be ridiculous.
Was this your idea?
No, monsieur. But I believe it takes courage.
Dee, what is this supposed to prove?
It's called standing up for your principles. Does that ring a bell from somewhere in your pre-BMW past?
I see. Black and white, good and bad. Look, it's not that simple, Dee.
Tell me one good thing about Canprex.
They provide jobs.
And that justifies destroying...
That's my least favorite fucking thing. They provide jobs. They're buying people's labor. Okay, I hate how Americans phrase this shit as though it's a benefit, like, oh, the millionaire has come down from on high and created a job for you. No, they need to purchase your labor to make a good or do a service to make them money. They're not doing you a fucking favor.
Forests?
Hey, if you're so concerned about our forests, why do you go through pounds of computer paper? How many trees do you think you've killed printing off junk email and cool graphics?
I think your friend has shown a lot of character.
Well, as if her parents are gonna nix a multi-million-dollar deal just because Dee won't eat her kibbles.
Hey, sometimes one person can make a difference.
Yeah, right. People always say things like that. Nobody believes it.
I believe it.
Yeah, but that's you, isn't it?
A cynic is a man who knows the price of everything and the value of nothing.
Where'd you get that, a fortune cookie?
Oscar Wilde. We're reading him in my English class.
I'm glad you've decided the show can live. She didn't even fucking cut it. No. Don't put it back. You're ruining the whole cake. God damn.
Do you, remember our first sit-in? The admin building. We hung a speaker out the window and, blasted Joplin and Hendrix 24 hours a day.
That was a long time ago.
Was it?
Ted, what we'll earn from this Camprex deal would probably be enough to cover Dee's entire college tuition.
We could find another way. If we wanted to.
I gotta imagine, like, I guess I don't know the specifics of the deal, but does he own the business? Like, if he refuses this, is someone else not gonna just broker the deal?
Everyone has their moments of weakness.
Everyone except you.
Moi aussi. When I was in prison, je me suis rétractée.
What?
I was tired, hungry, like you. They wrote for me a confession. I signed it.
You did?
Yes.
It was called
But
Mentors?
3 days later, I recanted and put on men's clothes again.
Yeah, but you'd been tortured. You'd been on trial for months.
I had other sins. I was vain of my beautiful armor. I attacked Paris on a feast day. I lost my temper many times. But that does not turn my victories into lies. It just means that
No, she's not a ghost. They have a time machine that can bring people from the past.
Times
we don't practice what we preach.
So it's okay to be a hypocrite if you're effective. An unfortunate moral, but probably a realistic one.
What my dad said about the computer paper, it's true.
Doesn't talk with him.
I can't.
Écoute, after I received my commission, I wrote my father a letter from the front telling him I was leading the army of France. I know he was so proud.
So what's wrong with that?
Yeah, me. I was not able to see his face when he read it.
Won't Joan be missed? They put him back right where they took him from. It's like they never left.
I guess. I'm not as perfect as I thought.
We can't call off the Camprex offering, but we've decided not to sell the issue.
Oh, thank you.
Wow.
Is that a good wow or a bad wow?
Dee's parents caved. They're not gonna sell Camprex stock.
That's interesting.
Oh, don't say it.
You mean, I told you so? I wouldn't think of it.
Green guy with a $1 tip says, as of 2022 per Wikipedia, 21% of power in the US was made by renewables. This year, Europe has hit 40%. Trees have 2 thinnings, and those small trees are used for paper. Spell check is broken on this. The amount of carbon and other greenhouse gases that we put into the atmosphere are increasing at an absolute level every year and at an accelerating rate. I'm gonna put that out there. We're pretty fucked. Probably not me as much. I'll be dead, like, before this becomes, like, a huge issue, but more the royal we. Humanity.
Joan?
Shh. You know, I'm not the only one to hear voices. We all
But digital
hear a
Hannah
voice.
will live? No, I'll just be dead, and you'll be dead, and everyone will be dead, and no one will remember us, and we'll all be dead.
Inside.
I'm doing great today, by the way.
A voice that speaks the truth. Loud and clear, like a bell ringing. I do not know the fate that waits for me. But I'm not afraid.
H-Bird says, I don't suppose you could return me to my time outside of English prison, non-putain.
Adieu, mes amis. May God watch over you.
I told you I can only do a Russian accent. I can't do a French accent. Does the rest of the family know about the time machine, or will they only find out once they get the electric bill? The latter. They don't know about the time machine.
Dee,
Yeah?
you're gonna laugh.
What?
I'm writing to the government and the media about Camprex.
Well, it's a start, isn't it?
No, I don't think they told her she's gonna get burned to death. Which is kind of a shame. I feel like you probably should, but whatever. Oh, what episode do I want to watch? Oh, sure, let's do the Napoleon one. Got Artie from Warehouse 13. He's Napoleon. Oops.
Did you read this?
Q.
Hey, Mom.
Hey, Professor.
Sine A equals opposite over hypotenuse, or just
Small a divided by small c.
Oliver,
what?
how do you do that?
Just triangles, Mom.
It's simple. See ya.
Sure, for Mr. 160 IQ.
Get over here.
Get off me. Hey, guys.
Run, it's Brainiac 5.
Do you guys pay for these jokes, or do you actually make them up?
All right, you dorks, chill.
Okay, Vince. 5 complaints. Dave, 3. Oliver, none.
Did you read this?
Forget it. You only got a couple days left.
So, we still have time.
Yeah, right. Like you're gonna beat Troy's Shaq.
They win every year. So we're just gonna give up. Like that, right?
For sure. Definitely.
No salad jokes.
Caesar spent his entire youth studying how to be a leader. I need a crash course.
Well, what about Winston Churchill?
The guy was brilliant, but he was a statesman. We need somebody...
Also, a lot of questionable beliefs, to be honest, but whatever.
who worked in the field. Oh, wait. Hold it right there. Napoleon. Huh? One of the greatest conquerors of all time. He was practical.
Napoleon is gonna help him get newspaper subscriptions. It's a little weird. It'd kind of be like if he brought Hitler so he could make the most money at a garage sale or something. Like, it kind of seems like a pretty petty use to summon a fucking historical tyrant.
Progressive?
And his soldiers worshipped him.
Specify target. 1815. Confirmed. Specify location. Waterloo. Specify subject. Napoleon Bonaparte.
What am I eating? Salt and vinegar chips from Jimmy John's. Been sitting on my desk for weeks. They're fresh. I hadn't opened them, but I've been waiting for an occasion where I was craving salt. Sometimes you gotta shake them up, though, because the seasoning will settle at the bottom.
Confirmed.
That's him.
What's he drinking?
Sacre bleu! What manner of treachery is this?
Oh, that's a bad accent.
Clearly, this is not a trick of the British.
Green guy with a $1 tip says the craziest thing about CO2 is 50 kilograms of biomass of land-walking animals like us put out about 1 kilogram of CO2 a day. And since 10,000 BC, land biomass has gone up 20 times due to cows, sheep, etc. Things are complicated. Most of those cows and sheep are livestock for humans. We raise them industrially in order to eat them. They're not just wild cows. So that is also counted under human-caused climate change, because we are breeding all those extra animals that are producing methane for our own consumption and to use their byproducts. Putting that out there. It's not that complicated.
And the Russians, they are incapable of managing anything of this brilliance. And Oh,
Are you okay?
it's just my infernal pains. They hound me wherever I go. If not for my milk, I would be completely incapacitated.
I think you might have an ulcer.
I am the commander of the Grand Army. What I have is things to do.
I think you better take it easy.
Oh, they're basing that on, there was a theory about why Napoleon did the hand thing in the famous portrait of him. Some speculate an ulcer. So they're putting they're doing a joke about that.
That you are right. Why are you two not working in the factories, hmm?
The factories?
Oui, in Paris, the children, they work in the factories night and day for the glory of France.
I thought you said he was progressive.
I think that's a relative term.
You claim to have brought me here to help you win some kind of battle, hmm?
A competition, actually.
I see. And how badly do you crave this victory?
A lot.
You want me to help you? You have to act immédiatement.
Yeah.
Donne-moi le lait, s'il vous plaît. The milk, please.
Get him a fucking antacid, Jesus. Honestly, while he's here, go get the ulcer looked at. Although maybe healing Napoleon isn't... Maybe don't, never mind.
Something in you?
No.
You're sure?
Yeah.
I don't trust her. Obviously, my revolution has brought about many changes.
Oh, look who's coming. Hey, Ollie, who's that? You're geeking.
I think it was Common J's a proxy. I think it's just like a pop history thing.
Instructor?
No, actually, he's the Emperor of France.
Very funny. Eat my dust, loser.
Who is that?
That's the guy we have to beat.
He doesn't seem like a very worthy opponent to me, although I like that vehicle.
Yeah, but his guys will do...
Have they not invented bicycles yet? J. with 41 months says, creeping up on 4 years. Did this show run for a while, or was it like canceled after one season kind of thing? It ran for 4 seasons. But that was over 5 or 6 years. I think it skipped some years.
Anything for
Most of it's missing. Most of it's lost media, unfortunately.
Really? What about your troops? Where are they?
Right over there.
Oh, oh. Oh dear, such layabouts. Disgraceful.
Well, yeah, but I mean, you gotta play the hand that you're dealt, right?
D'accord, but you must awaken their spirit. You know, you must find a way to make them want to win.
How?
How? By instilling in them a sense of order, cleanliness, and that leads to pride. And pride is leading to the potential for la gloire, for glory.
I've got to go water my plants, so you can bring them by later.
You're sure she is not a spy? Hmm?
No. Hey, guys. Hey. Listen up. This is my dad's cousin, Paul.
Paul?
From France.
Napoleon.
Hello, bonjour. Comment ça va? Go on, go on, go on.
You know, this place is a mess. And if we can't take pride in our shack, we don't have pride in ourselves. So, let's get together and clean this place up, and then we'll go out and win that newspaper contest. Hmm? So, who's in?
No, he knows nothing. Eh bien, see? All right. Now, the first lesson in commanding troops is this. There are 2 ways to move men. 1, interest. Interest. And 2, fear.
Fear is out.
It's strong fear. It's very good.
This is going to be a weird question. I don't know if anyone here knows anything about military history. Did Napoleon have anything to do with popularizing, like, miniatures of battlefields for planning? Just because I often see, like, Napoleon depicted as making diagrams and, like, playing with little miniatures of, like, a... Is there a reason for that? I don't. Is there like a reason he's associated with that?
Don't want
the blonde kid look like Finster? I don't see the resemblance, but
fine. All right, then you must find a way somehow to gain their interest. You see?
How?
Well, you must inspire them. You must make them feel that this campaign is their own idea. Tu comprends?
Right.
Right.
Okay.
What are you going to do?
Inspire.
Inspire them. Yes. Well, go inspire them. Go.
facially, I mean,
Sure, don't want
maybe
to
in like
frighten
a
them?
little bit in like the nose. I don't know.
Frightening them. It's much more fun when you. Never mind,
As
inspiring.
Napoleonic wargaming, which was popular before people invented Warhammer.
It's good. Oh.
Troy, it's Oliver. I just thought I'd let you know that we're entering the subscription contest this year.
Put your shirts on. What is this, fucking gummo? Has anyone seen Gummo?
Hey, girls, I wouldn't get too close to those nerds if I were you. They might be infectious. Put your shirts on, you wimps! Forget the contest. You couldn't sell Girl Guide cookies. Losers! Losers!
You still stuck?
Mm-hmm.
Hey, let me take a look.
No.
No?
One who reads says, ooh, Gummo. I think that's the reaction that they expected you to have from Gummo, to be honest. I think that's the point. It is truly a disgusting, disgusting movie. Well made, though, because that's the point.
I gotta learn it myself.
Hello? Right now?
There's my 4K copy of Gummo. I probably got chip grease on. Check out Gummo. It's disgusting. Also, Bully is pretty good. I think that's the same screenwriter, but not the same director. Because I don't think Harmony Korine did Bully. But...
Okay.
What's up?
Oh, there's some kind of meeting back at the shack.
Yeah, Bully is based on a true story, too. That one's hard. That one's real hard. Don't watch Bully unless you're, like, okay with an intense true crime. Is that Criterion Edition? The Gummo one, yes. Bully is not in the Criterion collection, but I do have a nice box set from, Umbrella. Pretty good. No, not the game. There's a movie called Bully, based on a true crime case where basically a bunch of high school friends got together just post high school, like they all had graduated and they were kind of just wandering in life and didn't know what to do. And one of their friends was like this shitty guy. Like, he was a piece of shit. He had allegedly sexually assaulted some of the people in the group, and they got together and murdered him. And like, this guy wasn't a good guy, to be clear, but, you know, you can't get together with your friends and plot to murder a guy, you know? So they all got caught, and interesting movie. There are scenes of sexual assault, though, so if that's a no-go for you, warning, don't watch the movie.
We talked it over.
Yeah, Larry Clark. Larry Clark, who I think also did Kids, which I haven't seen, but I've heard it's good.
We're in.
What does it mean to be a part of the Criterion Collection? Okay, so, what have you done, says the rest of chat. So the Criterion Collection is, Criterion is a company. I think the actual company is called, like, Janus Films or something. But, it's a company that's like a home media company. They used to put out, I don't know if I think they started in Laserdisc. I don't know if they go back far enough where they did VHSs. But now they put out DVDs, Blu-rays, and 4Ks. And basically, they are very selective about the movies that they add. So if they are adding something to the Criterion Collection, that's the Criterion Collection saying, we believe that this film is significant to the history of film, either historically or aesthetically. There's something about this film which needs to be historically preserved for all time, basically. And they come in really nice, consistent cases. Here's my Beauty and the Beast by Jean Cocteau, which is quite good, obviously, and Rashomon, but I have a ton of Criterion Collection stuff. And it wildly varies, too. Genre. Here's Jabberwocky by Gilliam. Godzilla vs. Biollante. Chaplin's The Great Dictator. Bergman's The Seventh Seal. You get it. I have a fuck ton of these things. But they all come with a collection number on the spine, and they always have really great bonus features and commentaries. So if you're like me and you like the behind the scenes on movies and learning the history of them, they're a really great resource because you can watch them with multiple different commentaries and all the bonus features and learn all sorts of nerdy crap that only dorks like me, some others enjoy. That's the Criterion Collection. Green guy with a $1 tip says, yes, Hannah, but not only burning oil is bad, a point I was making, but if we stopped flying 90% of airplanes, we would be good, because the planet does remove 70% of CO2 created by humans naturally. Air travel makes up about 1/4 of pollution. Does it really? I know, shipping is a lot, too. In particular, large ships, military ships. Anyway.
This map shows the district you guys can sell in. Push that.
Just push it?
Yeah.
Let me guess, he's gonna push into areas where he's not supposed to be.
Mon Dieu. To have such a map-making device at one's disposal. Oh.
Yeah, there's a whole list of the collection. It's pretty cool. They're into the thousands now. It would be great to have the whole collection, but that's never gonna happen. They had like 5 new movies a month.
Incroyable.
It's gonna be tough to beat Troy, though.
Well, you see, the second order of command is to know one's enemies. Tell me something more about this character, Troy.
Well, his dad's rich, so Troy's never done an honest day's work in his life.
Ah, bon, excellent. So he has a predisposition to laziness. We can use that.
I'm gonna go grab a soda real quick. I'm out. Be back in just a sec. Don't go anywhere. Back.
Is that to our advantage? Come tell me exactly where he lives here.
In, this area with the rest of his gang.
See, so where should we first concentrate our focus?
According to IMDb, 1,740 movies are in the collection. Number 1,000 was Godzilla. Fun fact. Gojira.
In these outlying areas.
Oui. Oui, yes. All right, mobilize your troops immédiatement.
Start from the edge of the yellow district and work your way in. But that's all the way out there. Yeah, that's part of my strategy. I'm gonna need bus fare.
One who reads with a $5 tip says, keep the stream going, pay Hannah's bills. If you want to help support the stream, we are working towards the next tip goal, which is edited content. Been a while since I actually made a full scripted and edited video, so I don't know. I would like to do that again. And also subs. If you want to help support the stream, you can gift subs or subscribe.
What is that, bus?
Today's a chill day. I'm trying not to push stuff too much, because, like, we're just here for fun for the most
part.
And it's money you use to get on the bus.
A what?
Never mind.
They're out canvassing. They got maps and everything.
Criterion released the unrated cut of RoboCop on Laserdisc and DVD. The junior executive, Kennedy, and Murphy's death scenes were edited to get the R rating. That's awesome. Yeah, they did some interesting Laserdiscs. I think they might have released Halloween on Laserdisc, which I saw at the store the other day. I was at my used media place and they sell old Laserdiscs, and they had fucking Halloween on Laserdisc, but it was $50. I was like, man, I can't do that, but that is cool.
So, they've thrown down the gauntlet.
I didn't see him throw nothing.
It's a saying, you Nimrod.
So what are we gonna do?
Plenty.
Heaven's Gate part of the collection? I can look. Yeah, it looks like that is in the Criterion collection from 1980. Yep, it's in the collection, right? Maybe it's a DVD. Yeah, it's on DVD. They must... Oh no, they do have a Blu-ray too. Okay, so there is a Blu-ray option. Yeah.
Bon Dieu. Oh.
Documentary about the making of Heart of Darkness has to be on there too. Do you mean... I think that what you're referring to is the documentary Heart of Darkness, which is about the making of, why am I blanking? Fucking Brando. Fucking... Fuck. Apocalypse Now. Apocalypse Now.
You look worse than my troops when they were
Harold
retreating
Edelman
from Moscow.
for the 5-stream streak says, ooh, 5. Also, sorry to derail a bit, but out of curiosity, did you my comment on yesterday's YouTube stream RE Sticks? Hate to ask, but it feels like the added context is important. I'll have to take a look.
They were waiting for
I didn't see it, but I will look now.
We didn't have a chance.
Hey, fellas, listen up. Troy's using his old man's phone soliciting service starting tomorrow.
But that's unethical. He could cover a whole district in one day.
Just doing you a favor.
That is so unfair.
And what is that thing that he did? Phone soliciting? What's that?
Oh, it's a way to contact hundreds or even thousands of people in a short period of time.
Uh-huh. So your enemy, he has amassed great numbers, oui?
Yeah, telephone numbers.
Well, this will require extraordinary leadership.
That's all you have to say? I mean, no great advice that you can give me?
Oof. Thanks for the context, Harold Edelman. That's interesting.
Advice. What I have to say is this. No, what I have to say is that you should...
He lost a lot of respect for Criterion due to Armageddon. Now, I kind of like that Armageddon's in the Criterion collection. It can't all be fucking art house French films, guys. Wall-E's in the Criterion collection, too.
Only ask of others what you are willing to do yourself. Pardonnez-moi.
Let me put this out there. Is Armageddon not Michael Bay's best movie? Can you name a Michael Bay movie better than Armageddon? Putting it out there. If anyone says any of the Transformers films, you're banned. What did I just say? The Rock, maybe? I haven't seen The Rock. You play laser discs? I have a laser disc player. I do, thanks to Harold Elbowman, I believe, sent it last Christmas.
You flunked the exam.
I flunked the exam. Chocolate?
What are you gonna do about it?
I'm doing it.
I mean after.
I don't know.
Well, you could retake the class.
I'd rather have a root canal.
Night.
You're going to bed now?
I gotta get up early.
Okay, apparently I need to watch The Rock. I don't agree with the first Bayformers movie being good or decent, but I respect our difference of opinion. It's better than the others in the series, but I don't think it's good.
You guys should be ashamed. While you're here acting like 2-year-olds, Oliver's out there busting his butt so that you guys have a chance
What, are you 13-year-olds having fun on a playground?
to do something that you can't afford. He doesn't have much of a chance to win this contest, but he's won my respect. He deserves yours, too.
Well, that was humiliating, n'est-ce pas?
Got any extra forms?
Bravo.
He didn't do anything.
Yeah. Okay, I understand. Thanks.
Let me guess, were you disqualified for selling outside of the area you were supposed to because those were the rules? Like, does he know how the Napoleonic Wars ended?
Hey, boys. Troy Shack sold 63 subs.
Oh, man. Yeah. You beat us by 2? Way to go, Kates.
All we did is go out and prove that Troy was right.
Yeah, we must simply find another way. Well, I don't know, just like that, you know, I have to think about it. Involves strategy.
Literally, get one of your parents each to subscribe.
Yes, I know how you feel, you know. After I spent a disastrous winter in Russia, I was forced to abdicate. And then I was exiled to the Isle of Elba. It was my lowest point.
You should be trying to cheer him up, not depress him further.
I don't like being told what to do. However, you are right. I hate it when women are right. So, Oliver, now think of what you gave to your men, huh? Were they not happy? Hmm? And did you not give them pride and spirit? Oui?
Sure, until they found out they lost. Now they just have hate and self-loathing.
Maybe you could validate Troy's subscription list.
Yes, you could do that, whatever that means.
Sure, but how am I supposed to get my hands on that?
They're gonna turn out he's been lying for years?
You know, what's the point? It's too late, they already won.
Yes, but did they win with honor?
Is that what comes to mind with Napoleon? I don't know.
I thought you finished taking the course.
I did.
So you're taking it again?
Never say die.
Well, why put yourself through the agony?
Because I have to set an example.
For who?
For you, Oliver.
Hi.
Hi.
Sorry to disturb you, but does Frank Lennox live here?
Yes, he does.
It's the baby!
May I speak to him?
You could try. Say hello, Frankie.
That's all they want. They submitted these names and addresses, and Troy's dad paid for the extra subscriptions to put them over the top.
That's bizarre. Why even care to win the contest then? What's the point?
I don't get it. If his dad's so rich, why didn't he just buy him season tickets?
Right?
Paying for a couple of fake subscriptions is way cheaper.
Okay, I guess.
I mean, you don't think Troy's dad got rich by overspending?
No, it's wrong. It's very wrong. It ought to be equality of opportunity. It ought to be a meritocracy, yes? See, that is why I created the Napoleonic Code.
Yeah, that's right. And it still forms the basis for French civil law.
It does? Oh, of course it does. It was a brilliant idea.
We have to lodge a formal complaint.
What's the point? I mean, Troy's just gonna pull some other scam.
What's the point? If we don't try, then Troy's just gonna be right about us. What are we so afraid of? Failure? Big deal. Remember, he who fears being conquered is sure of defeat.
It's good. Those were the words of a true leader, you know.
Yeah, but the quote's not mine.
Who said it then?
Well, you did. Or you will.
Yeah, Bill and Ted Napoleon's far better. Actually funny, too.
We apologize for cheating. These belong to you.
All in favor of making Oliver Shack manager, say aye. Aye.
Bon. Of course, you realize that with leadership comes greater responsibility. Sometimes there is a cost.
Well, I'm ready.
Eh bien, as commander of the Grand Army, I salute your victory.
Do they ever do Franklin? This is a Canadian show, so I don't know. I don't know if they ever got into, like, American founding fathers.
I'm about to return to the scene of a battle, and perhaps it is unfair of me to ask, but I'm always seeking an advantage. Can you tell me what to expect?
Let's just say you're gonna meet something.
My destiny, perhaps? Au revoir, mes amis.
On the bright side, it'll inspire a fucking great ABBA song, so...
You gotta get to your house right away.
Why?
Got this incredible craving for a glass of milk.
Waterloo. Ooh, season 2! Oh! Apparently they recorded the ending of, don't... Fuck is this show? Don't Be Afraid of the Dark or something? I recognize that song. No, that wasn't Erie, Indiana. That's, Don't Be Afraid of the Dark.
Captioning of the following program is brought to you by Family.ca.
I did like Erie, Indiana, though.
Click on for games, contests.
Sorry, H. Baird. H. Baird with 40 bits says, if you want to get technical, everyone's meeting their destiny every day. My destiny sucks.
It's not fair. Girls don't have to wear ties for yearbook photos.
You want to wear pantyhose? Then don't complain.
They rescheduled the yearbook photos for tomorrow.
What happened?
It was the school ghost again. This time he trashed the computer room. Not the computer room. At least we get the day off. His ghost rocks.
This ghost
I think he hit his head on a rock. Come on, ghosts?
Kate Sampson. Figures this would be your school.
You got any suspects?
That's police business. Now try and stay out of my hair, will you?
Oliver.
Pranks are one thing, but trashing the computer lab, what kind of sicko would do something like that?
We could call forward a medium.
There's a perfectly logical human explanation behind this stuff. There's no school ghost.
Then why haven't the police been able to find anything? There's never any sign of a break-in, nothing.
It just means we need a better detective.
You can tell like 2 years or something happened between filming season 1 and 2 because they look noticeably older.
Sherlock Holmes was a fictional detective.
But Arthur Conan Doyle wasn't.
Maybe catch him earlier in his career, before his son died. Because Conan Doyle was a self-described skeptic when he was younger, but then after his son died, he got very into speaking with the dead, that kind of stuff, seances, etc. So, like, early Doyle, closer to Sherlock Holmes. After his son died, though, no, he got all into sorts of woo-woo bullshit.
1918.
That was a year after Sherlock's last case was published.
Oh yeah, that's too late. You're fucked.
Specify location. London. Confirmed. Specify subject.
Doyle created Sherlock Holmes. He was a writer, not a detective.
Arthur
I know.
Conan Doyle.
He was also a medical doctor. But he created the greatest deductive mind in fiction.
Okay, like, but he wrote the stories, right? So you come up with the solution first in a mystery often, and then you work backwards, which is easier than solving a mystery, because you already know the ending. You wrote it, and then you work backwards to write the character to be smart and figure it out. You're not actually as smart as the character figuring it out, because you wrote it. You set the parameters of the mystery. What?
Making him a man of intelligence and logic. Someone who doesn't believe in ghosts.
Subject confirmed.
But he did! I assume that's gonna be
solemnly
the...
aver that in the course of my long career as an investigator with this astute body,
See? He's an investigator. Simple matter of deductive reasoning.
that I've been mistaken upon any serious point.
But who or what is the SPR?
I don't know. Let's find out.
Nemesaur.
Mr. Doyle? Quick question. What does SPR stand for?
Society for Psychical Research, of course.
Did you say psychical research?
Yeah, quite so. I say, have I at long last discovered a spirit realm?
Okay, they're doing an irony thing. That's fine.
Brilliant deduction, Sherlock.
Strange, unexplained occurrences. No evidence of forced entry. All the rooms locked. This ghost of yours sounds quite compelling.
What about Sherlock Holmes? He wouldn't have gone for a supernatural explanation.
Surely you know that Sherlock Holmes is a fictional character.
Yes, and that's what this ghost is, fiction.
Well, that may be so. But I think we should keep an open mind.
What I meant was that all ghosts are fiction. They don't exist.
Sure, and neither does time travel.
Did you
That
not
sounds
summon
fun,
me
Nemesaur.
here because of my interest in spiritualism?
No.
Yes. What should we do next?
I think we should see the scene of this manifestation.
Oh.
Vandalism as soon as possible.
Great. Let me get changed first.
Forget it. If I have to wear pantyhose, you're wearing a tie.
What can you tell me about this purported spirit?
Well, they say it's the ghost of a student who was kept after school, locked in overnight. He tried to break out. There was an accident. Now he haunts the place.
Oh, who knows?
Rand the Fool says, also, weird as, didn't Doyle literally say Sherlock is like my doctor mentor Bell, who was great and used his mannerisms and stuff, including the, I keep what I need and keep there to do my job, no room for distractions? I think so. There's actually a movie that's based on that idea. It's sort of a Sherlock Holmes type mystery movie, but it is, Doyle and that Dr. Bell doing a mystery, and Dr. Bell is like the Sherlock, and, Doyle is basically the Watson. It's alright. It's not great. It's fine, though.
Who knows what the original story was, if there
Could've done Houdini. Yeah. Would have made more sense for this.
was one. No, there's a lot of students who could have done this. Goths, jocks, anybody looking for attention.
Attention? This is high school. That narrows it down to just about everybody.
Listen to that legally distinct X-Files theme song.
Kinda spooky here when no one's around.
Well, let's split up and see if one of the other doors is unlocked.
So Watson is his own self-insert, basically. In the context of the movie, yes. What's the movie where Sherlock gets therapy from Freud? The 7% Solution. Pretty fun one.
What are you doing?
Just looking around.
Maybe you're the vandal.
You don't think it's a ghost?
A ghost. That's a good one.
Finally.
The twist is gonna be she's a ghost, or at least it'll be ambiguous if she's a ghost at the end. That'll be the button on the episode, calling it now.
Somebody with some common sense.
What are you looking for?
Anything that might prove who it is.
Try the boiler room door. Pull the handle hard, it never locks tight. But you didn't hear from me. I gotta go.
Gotta go do ghost shit.
If I can find out which processor's driving them, we can figure out when the message was programmed.
The question remains, why was there no sign that the school or this room was broken into?
Maybe they had a key, or...
Literally, you, like, originated locked door mysteries. What the fuck?
knew some other way in.
Like, I know that he was into supernatural shit, but it is very funny that Arthur Conan Doyle can't imagine the idea of a locked door mystery, a genre he pioneered? What?
What are you doing in here?
Mr. Ward.
The school is closed, Mr. Keats.
Is it alternate history? Did they know each other? I mean, Sherlock Holmes is a fictional character. Do you mean, did Doyle know Freud? Not to my knowledge.
Who are you?
The name's Doyle. With the SPR. These students invited me here to try and prove this ghost theory.
Disprove this ghost theory.
Ascertain the truth. I assure you my methods are irreproachable.
Here's my Sherlock Holmes hat. I know it's a deerstalker cap. Don't type it. Save you some time.
What an uncharitable man.
Well, they don't call him Principal Warden for nothing.
We must return on the eve when apparitions are most active.
Look, we're not on a ghost hunt, okay? And besides, if we did that, we could get expelled.
We have an opportunity here to investigate a genuine spirit, and I have a solemn duty to pursue it.
Solemn duty?
To those who have lost loved ones.
Lilac with 40 bits says Happy May 4th.
Conservative media can't even make a Star Wars joke without showing how racist they are. Just check this out. They're trying to make a parallel to Abrego Garcia and the supposed MS-13 tattoos. So the parody reads, media says no evidence demon-horned man with Sith tattoos and red lightsaber a member of the Sith.
I thought those weren't Sith tattoos. I thought that was just a thing members of Darth Maul's species. I thought they just got those tattoos.
So they make 3 points there. Literally none of them have anything to do with being a Sith, which is exactly what they're doing to Abrego Garcia.
Yeah.
They're just saying these tattoos are supposedly MS-13. See this picture? This is not Darth Maul. Being this race does not make you a Sith. The
okay, I'm glad I was able to clock that.
tattoos have nothing to do with being a Sith. It talks about like where their bloodline is and where they grew up. It's a cultural rite of passage. Here's a comic book cover where Luke Skywalker has a red lightsaber in addition to his green lightsaber. So if this is a whole thing to be an allegory to Abrego Garcia, they've done it perfectly.
The thing is, clever explanations don't work on stupid people. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter how clever and right you are, I promise. I promise it doesn't matter.
And seek consolation in the knowledge that there is an afterlife or spirit realm. We'll need some sort of camera. Photographic evidence would be definitive in proving the existence of a ghost.
You guys go ahead. I'm gonna check on something first.
We must research the history behind this ghost.
Well, we can use my computer to do a search.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm sorry, did you already explain what a computer is to him?
Find anything?
Yeah, you.
What's that supposed to mean?
You obviously know how to sneak into the school. What do you do inside?
I hang out here a lot. You know, it's better than being at home, believe me. Fine, don't.
Why should I believe you?
Because I can help. Look, if you need cameras, the photographers left all their stuff behind.
I mean, there was an AI image of him, but I would say it's a Sith. He had a red lightsaber, so...
Room 42.
Extraordinary. Are you saying you can research any subject?
Yeah, like fingerprinting techniques, profiling theories, something to do with evidence and facts.
Why can't you admit that maybe there are some things you can't explain?
Okay, can you admit to shutting up until you explain them? What is with fucking ghost people? This pisses me off. They're so smug about their fucking ghost belief. Can't you imagine anything I can imagine a lot of fucking things, bitch. But you know what? I don't believe in things without evidence. I can imagine things and still say, there's no evidence of that. Fucking hate ghost people.
You're threatened by anything that doesn't have a nice, tidy scientific explanation.
No, I don't like people who make claims that are spurious.
Or maybe when people encounter something they can't explain, they accept wacko theories because it makes them feel better.
Maybe that one. Yes, I get he's insufferable, but he's not wrong.
Both valid points, if harshly worded. Personally, I think people should be allowed to believe as they choose.
No one is saying you can't be allowed to believe, but don't be surprised when people call you a dipshit. What do you want? You're going around espousing your beliefs, other people are allowed to be like, that's stupid.
I had an uncle once who believed in...
Do I have the movie Ghost? I do.
fairies. Delightful man.
You mean delusional?
To paraphrase Sherlock Holmes, a logician is someone who could look at a drop of water and infer the possibility of an ocean without ever having seen or heard of one.
I'd still want to swim in it.
Okay. There's a book at the library called Ghost Stories of Edmonton by Margaret
How about
Matthews.
Ghost Town? I don't think I own a movie called Ghost Town.
But all the copies are out, and there seems to be a long waiting list.
What about bookstores?
Sold out. It was a limited printing.
Point Break ran. Point Break is the name of that movie.
All this media attention about the school ghost must be causing it.
Perhaps we could glean some information directly from the publisher.
Well, they're called the Vanité Press. And they're local.
That's convenient. Oh, yeah, the Ricky Gervais movie. I've never seen it. I don't like Ricky Gervais.
This is a vanity press. People who can't find publishers pay to get their own works in print.
Like Amazon.
Didn't hear your folks come in. You must be writers. I can tell. You got that air of superiority.
Well, actually, I am a writer. But we're here seeking to contact one of your authors, Margaret Matthews.
Matthews? Oh, yeah. Her. What's her worth?
Your what?
I'll sign a copy of The Lost World for you if you tell me, old man. What the fuck is that supposed to be?
All I have is this P.O. box. She wanted to run this week, but now that she's Little Miss Bestseller, she dumped me for some fancy schmancy publisher. I figure she's kind of nuts, like most writers. But hey, I like you. You can have a discount.
I already have a publisher.
That's what they all say. Come on. Something for the family. Something for your son here to remember you.
My son recently passed away.
Gee. Sorry to hear that. Okay. 20% off. Any more than that, I robbed myself.
Nerdy says I almost fell for a vanity publisher. Luckily, my bro-in-law pointed out no legit publisher would charge you for it. Yeah, if you really, like, want to publish your book, there are ways to do it. Like, I think Amazon's thing doesn't necessarily charge you up front. Don't they do, like, print on demand? You could certainly self-publish digitally, too, which is easier when you're, like, trying to get stuff out there just to see if people read it. There's just so much literature out there. How do you even break into that fucking field? What a nightmare.
What's the plan?
Do you recall the location of the previous acts of vandalism?
Yeah, it all started with Queequeg.
Queequeg?
A guinea pig. She disappeared from the biology lab, and then desks were found in the middle of the gym. Trophies were upside down in their cases, and cafeteria tables were stacked in huge piles.
So nothing ever happened in the same location twice? Well, logically, we should place ourselves in an area that the ghost or vandal has not yet defiled.
Well, that leaves either the art room or the science lab. I'll take the art room.
Made a bit over 100
I
pounds
brought
in
my
3
parents'
years.
cell
Yeah.
phones just in case.
In case of what?
Is that a badger? Your school mascot, the Badgers?
You look like you've just seen a ghost.
Funny.
What are you up to?
Looking in Ward's correspondence.
For what?
Students he may have sent suspension notices.
And just because someone looks like trouble doesn't mean they cause trouble. I'm always getting blamed for stuff I didn't do.
Like breaking into the school?
Oh, I get it. You're looking for information on me, aren't you?
She's the red herring. She's a ghost, but she's gonna help solve the mystery for whoever it really is.
I just wanted to help you.
Bye, ghost. That we're not supposed to know is a ghost.
I feel guilty.
Why?
Well, because Oliver's by himself.
Well, perhaps it's a good thing. He refuses to believe anything he can't verify.
Ugh, the horror. Can you imagine? You only believe things you have evidence of? The horror.
Room for possibilities. But alone at night in the dark?
We're living in a world full of fucking insane people. I'm telling you. It's a nightmare.
Even the most logical mind begins to wonder about questionable shadows.
Hey, Phoenix.
Queequeg.
I understood that reference. Moby Dick. The Canadian flag. Canadian. Watching X-Files with the lights on. For Dalla Maison. I hope the Smoky Man's in this one, like Harrison Ford and getting tantric. Wait, no. Like Harrison Ford and getting tantric. Like, no. Frantic. Like Stadium Tantric. Like Snickers guaranteed to satisfy. For us out and McMad Films. Okay, I don't make films, but if I did that, I'd have a samurai.
You found Queequeg. That's your emergency.
Look.
Freeze!
Why am I not surprised?
Why didn't you tell them about the girl you saw?
And say what? I don't even know her name.
Principal Ward isn't gonna press charges.
But you're both suspended.
I hope there is an afterlife because my parents are gonna kill me.
Nonsense. They'll be pleased to know that you're safe, if they have any sense.
That's what all this is really about, isn't it? The loss of your son.
Oliver?
I would give everything I have to know that he's in a better place. But think of it. To solve the greatest mystery of all time, eh?
None of this was worth getting.
I'd argue it's only a mystery because we don't like the answer that's obvious. I don't know if it's a mystery, man. I think you just don't like the answer. Speaking of ghosts, please tell me you watch Ghosts on Paramount Plus. I have not. I have not watched it. Is this not a... Was this a show? Is this the UK show? Because I think they tried to do an American version that was shit.
Getting caught for, ghost or no ghost. We should have left it all alone in the first place. Maybe some mysteries are better left unsolved.
Look,
Oliver,
last
no,
night,
let me go first. I would love to see my son.
No, I'm not thinking of Being Human. They made an American version of Ghost, too.
But my interest in things spiritual predates even the Great War, when so many were lost. I realized then that this hobby of mine might be of value. For many, the existence of another realm.
People are telling me the American Ghosts is good. I've not seen it. Sorry, I must have heard from people who didn't like it.
Source of comfort and solace.
The only things I trust are things that I can verify. Everything I've done is based on science, like Physicron. Dee was right. I don't like anything I can't explain.
None of us do. The trick is not to let it prevent us from seeing other possibilities. To paraphrase my creation Holmes again, when you have eliminated all probable answers, what remains, however improbable, must be.
Okay, so if I said a unicorn was breaking into the school and setting up TVs and graffiti on the walls, that must be true, because it's unlikely. What? Yeah, I hate this message too. This was a fucking message that was really prevalent in TV when I was growing up, was like, have a little faith in the supernatural. And it's like, no, this is bad advice. Do you see where this shit has gotten us? Everyone doing magical thinking and they just think you're a fucking downer if you point out that maybe their beliefs are not in line with reality.
Yes, I want absolute proof in the spirit realm. A clear answer. But maybe, in the absence of all the facts, sometimes one simply has to believe.
In ghosts?
In everything. Let us revisit the evidence. The single greatest art of deduction is to be able to distinguish from a number of facts which are incidental and which are vital. The question is, what are the vital facts before us?
Someone or something is vandalizing the school.
The goal of which is?
attention?
Precisely. And what is to be gained? And who is to gain it?
Well, the only one who's gained anything is...
Margaret Matthews, the author
of the book.
I got Oliver's call. What's up?
Oliver has devised a plan to...
You better have a good explanation for calling me here.
We didn't call you here.
I did.
You kids were told to keep out.
If you can give me a minute, I can prove that your vandal isn't a ghost.
And how are you gonna do that?
I installed a motion sensor in the science lab. The only place that hasn't been vandalized.
What makes you think it'll be tonight?
I played a hunch.
What is it, the fucking principal? Oh, he's like crazy.
Oh, well, we realized that Margaret Matthews was just a pen name. The MM
What?
initials were the same as Ward's, only upside down. Ward was the only one with access to every room, and no one would suspect a principal of vandalizing his own school. Margaret was the only one with a motive. Publicity from the ghost would help sell more books. So with some simple deductive reasoning, we concluded that Matthews and Ward had to be the same person. I knew when to set my trap.
This isn't even deductive. This is inductive, just like fucking Holmes.
Vandalism always happened right after.
Or not induction, sorry, abduction. This is abductive reasoning. Eat my whole ass.
Of the book.
Well, for once you two aren't the bane of my existence. Hallelujah.
Oh, I forgot my sensor.
Oh, it's gonna be the ghost! It's gonna be the ghost!
So you figured it out?
Yeah. But not everything. Like, how come if you're here all the time, you never saw anything?
If I told you who it was, would you have believed me?
Yes! Why? Yes! Why did you waste my time?
Probably not.
Oliver?
Be right there. She's gone! She's gone! Ooh, they didn't see her. She's gone. Oh! Oh! Who could have seen that coming?
So, there's a factual explanation after all. Not a spiritual one.
Indeed.
AJ, it's a proxy.
It's true.
You're also right about the ghost story being wrong. I did some research and found out it was a girl, not a boy, and that she had a bad home life and was living in the school at night.
Maybe she still is.
Perhaps you may yet manage to swim in that ocean.
I hope you see your son again.
A lot of the music stings were used on Are You Afraid of the Dark too. Yeah, I think they're from like generic sound effect and music sting packs from back in the day.
Thank you. So do I.
So are you telling me you really believe this girl you saw was a ghost?
Some mysteries are best left unsolved. Don't you think?
No! What? What the fuck? Alright, let's see what their other goddamn episodes are. Oh... How many of this? King Arthur? That shouldn't count. He's mythical. Oh, God, what? They did an Anne Frank episode. I'm not gonna watch that one. That's just gonna be depressing. James Naismith. Don't know who that is. basketball player or something based on Vlad the Impaler. That one. Okay, let's try this one. I don't want to get into season 3 and 4 yet, because that has different characters. They replaced the two main characters because they were too old with younger kids. I don't think Casanova was fictional. Was he? Thought he was real. I don't know, though. Alright, this is probably the last one we're gonna watch for today, by the way.
Hey, Oliver. Hey, you want to take our spare?
Yeah, we'll watch the Vlad one eventually.
Check out that new cyber cafe?
Oh, I can't. I'm supposed to be meeting Dee here. Or at least I thought I was meeting Dee here.
Oh, she's with Sean, over by the bike racks.
Oh, yeah, I'll see you. Oliver! Oh, sorry, I was... never mind. Let's just go home, okay?
I was just gonna go check out the new cyber cafe with Nathan.
But Mrs. Gerard, if you come to the party, you don't have to buy anything. Uh-huh. Okay, well, if you change your mind, yeah.
Oh, Oliver, did the Plastiware rep phone yesterday?
Vlad isn't interesting as a historical and mythological character. I think that episode basically just does a vampire thing. I think it was a Halloween episode, so prepare to probably be disappointed by that one.
Robert Browning's courtship to Elizabeth Barrett is one of the world's most famous romances. But he was a poet. I can't even rhyme. Giovanni Giacomo Casanova de Sengal, who considered the greatest of all romantic lovers. It's not like he was a hunk either.
Specify subject. Casanova.
Casanova de Sengal
Subject confirmed.
has been charged with gambling offenses. He has taken every opportunity to influence not only the court, but the wives and daughters of the city fathers as well. The scoundrel!
Don't read up on what he did. Was it a lot of sexual assault, basically?
Scoundrel. Uh-oh.
Yes, and on children too. Oh,
Not
yikerinos.
properly announcing my arrival, but I seem to have lost
Our
my...
phone number. So, Mr. Giovanni stopped by earlier, and I told him to come by now to drop in on you.
Drop in on me.
Yeah, you said you were trying to get a hold of the Plastiware rep, didn't you?
You're the Plastiware rep?
He's from the European office.
Is that true?
Well, I have been everything else in my life, madame. A soldier, secretary, spy, and now, this. I am at your service, madam.
Mr. Giovanni,
Si.
can we talk for a minute?
Sure.
Yeah.
Ciao.
Ciao?
Are you trying to tell me that you have summoned me?
Yeah, the reason for a lot of French stuff is probably because Canadian.
Giovanni Casanova, here to help your mama peddle these unusual vessels?
Oh, no. That's just your cover story. I need your expertise with women.
So in this episode, is he gonna go door to door selling Tupperware, but he's actually gonna fuck all the moms in town?
Lo sapevo, I thought as much. The universe is truly divine, huh? Well, all right. Tell me about this signorina of yours.
Well, her name's Dee.
Dee?
Dee.
How poetic.
He and the girl do end up together, by the way, if anyone cares about the long-term plot line of the show. In his last episode, we see, basically in this main character's last episode at the end of season 2, he gets sucked into the future by an old guy in the future, and he doesn't understand, like, what the fuck's going on? It's him from the future pulling his past self to the future, and you see some stuff. It's mostly a clip show, but he and the girl are married.
And I'm worried that she's interested in
No, they don't summon Marquis de Sade.
another guy.
Oh, si, sembelis this canzone, huh? How wise they are that are but fools in love. I have one solution. The best solution. Self-respect.
Densetsu says, wait, so the term Casanova comes from a serial rapist? I'm gonna be honest, what about humanity makes you surprised by that? If even that's 1% true. That's shocking.
You must lose this woman and find someone else immediately.
That's your solution?
Well, it's either that... or...
Why? Why does it surprise you? What about human beings that we have learned so far in our lives has lent you any credence to the idea that we're better than that?
You must become the precise gentleman that would appeal to your lady friend.
So you're saying I should change?
Well, everything is change. I, Giovanni Casanova, have spent a lifetime attracting women, and believe you me, it's a craft. First, you must become like them. Or, more precisely, exactly the way they would like you to be, if they were you, which of course they are not. Otherwise...
Freeline says, so Casanova was very against the education of women, and his preferred lovers were uneducated, insecure young women and girls. Yeah, that's fucked up. Probably common at the time, unfortunately, but fucked up.
My point will be moot. Capisce?
Right.
What are the prisons like here?
Oh, God! What?!
Right.
What are the prisons like here?
Alright, well, there's that.
Uh-oh. Hi, Mrs. Parson, Mrs. Gerard.
How are you? How far into the future, and do they badly predict how the present is? It's probably like 50 years in the future, and it's mostly in one room. It's mostly a clip show. It's not that great.
Doing today?
What did he say? What are the prisons like here?
Never better, Oliver. Who's your friend?
This is Mr. Giovanni. He's the European representative for Plastiware.
You know, it is women of your great beauty that brings me to these distant shores, my dear lady. Oh.
Now this doesn't work. No.
And yet so demure.
God damn, how desperate are they? I've been fucking desperate. And even this is sad.
Allow me.
Thank you.
I'm at your service.
Well, we better be going.
Going?
Going.
Sure. Ciao, ciao. Ciao. Hey, I find your clothes fascinating.
Oh, I did it myself, thank you. I sew too.
Ciao, Billy.
Ciao.
Ciao. Ah. Very unusual tailoring, but basically conservative in nature. I would say that his family has much wealth. And it is this that motivates him to prove his own merit.
You can tell all that from here.
That and 1,000 times more. The signorina, you very good taste. Nice looking girl, this girl.
Sir, she's like 17 tops.
See, a vision of loveliness. We must begin your training immediately. Quattro questioni dell'amore. When you are escorting a woman to the theater, do you A, discuss the story, B, talk about the players, or C, mention your best qualities?
A?
No. The answer is none of the above. Your job is to compliment the beauty of your female companion at all times. For nothing is more important, Oliver, than her own esteem.
Oh, well, I understood you weren't coming to the party, Mrs. Croker. Who? Well, Mr. Giovanni will be here.
Giovanni?
Well, why do you ask? Okay. Looking forward to see you. Okay, bye.
Kissing a woman. Oliver, the kiss is a reflection of the soul. So, when do we kiss a woman? A, at the end of the evening. B, after she has paid for your dinner. Or C, when she's not looking.
When she's not looking.
No! Oliver, ma non stai ascoltando la parola che ti dice?
Night, Ashley.
Only with the exact time when it is right.
That isn't on the list either. None of these are on the list.
What list? What list? Life is the least. Oliver, you cannot learn these things without experience. All right, let's take a look at what you've got here. Out of a possible 20 points, you got 0.
So I'm a write-off, is what you're saying.
No. Don't talk like that, Oliver. Don't be like a small boy. Talk like a man. You need to make some change, that's all.
I hate this character.
And nothing less than a complete new personal style will
This
do.
show is wild in its very widely varying quality level. It's entirely dependent upon the guest star of the episode.
It's a bit radical.
Well, it's much easier to change yourself than to change the world, Oliver. You're going to be like an empty canvas waiting to be painted. And we are going to need lots of paint.
Okay. We better get going. Mom's party's gonna be starting right away.
Well, all the more reason I think I should stay, Oliver.
We need Mr. Giovanni here, Oliver. The ladies are expecting the company rep to show them his wares.
Show them my wares? Look, Oliver, I should stay. There are going to be many ladies here who will need my service.
We'll be fine, Oliver.
Sure.
Oliver! You know, we'll be all right, Oliver.
Oh, Roma è una bella città. You would love Rome.
What about Venice?
Venezia is la città dell'amore. Sì, sì. Oh.
I baked them myself.
Oh, Mrs. Croker, you are a goddess. Thank you very much.
Tell us, Mr. Giovanni, are you married?
Bite your tongue. No, but for a beautiful woman like yourself, I might be willing to make a change, huh? Thank you. Mrs. Parsons.
Yeah, most of the episodes are lost.
No, Mrs.
How could that happen with a modern show? They probably exist somewhere. Like, to be clear, they probably exist in some file of some company that owns the rights to this somewhere. But it is not publicly available anywhere. It's not streaming anywhere. The only episodes available that people have are up on YouTube, which are not that many. Like, it's just one of those things that just someone owns and isn't doing anything with, so it's just sitting on a shelf somewhere in a computer file. And
I have some gossip for you.
I don't know if, like, the actual tapes or anything have, like, been destroyed.
I sure do. You have no doubt heard of Pope Benedict XIV. He was a rascal, I'll tell you.
Okay, so that's 4 snap lock.
They should have lost this episode. Great. It's a rough one to end on. I apologize we're ending on, like, the shittiest episode so far.
1 freezer set for Mrs. Emery and 2
I'm also,
each
like,
for
doing
Mrs.
really bad today.
Lyle.
I really don't need this. This is making it so much worse.
Oh. Well, that's even more snap-lock dinner sets right there.
H. Baird says, speaking of files, did you know that all the AI photoshops the White House is posting are considered official communications and are going to be stored in the National Archives? I did know that, yes.
Oh, that's great.
Your mom's party's probably winding down by now.
I hope so.
Hey, isn't that Dee?
Oh, be still, my heart. You look très chic, very millennial. You look très chic, very millennial.
What do you think?
Something else. This is not it at all.
Sir, this is the latest fashion. The designer's from Montreal.
There is no design here. Something else. Ah! That is it! Bellissimo! That is it!
That's it?
Si, bravo!
I've sold it all.
Now it's time for next month's goal.
Is he here? Mr. Giovanni? Mr. Giovanni! Hello, dear. There's Mr. Giovanni. Ladies, please. Oh, come on now. Hand him over. Mr. Giovanni. I can't believe this.
Signore, I want the contours, like the ebb and flow of life. Make his hair say, I am a conservative, yet passionate. You mean kind of like this?
Oh, Bill Gates joke, wow.
Oliver! What happened to you?
Oh, I just felt it was time for a change.
Well, hey, whatever makes you happy.
Ouch.
I gotta go.
Fucking hell. Whatever makes you happy. Oh. He does look like an asshole.
I promise you'll be the first ones to know when he arrives.
I'm starting to think these women should probably not be in the Tupperware MLM and should probably be in the sex toy MLM, because there seems to be a lot of built-up tension going on that these women need to deal with. Nemesaur, thanks for gifting 10 Tier 1 subs. I appreciate it.
Mrs. Riley, you are such an angel. I'm glad you like it because it meant so much to my mother. Hey, what are you doing?
Dee barely noticed. I spent all that money and went through all that torture for what? Every girl except...
At least the message of this seems like it's gonna be, hey, don't be a creep like this guy, just be yourself. I guess that's good that seems to be where they're going with it.
The one that I wanted is interested.
Well, at least it wasn't a total loss, see? Chocolate?
You're not listening.
Look, Oliver, since when
Oh, he's got a Vampira poster from Plan 9.
Crime to be so appealing
Nice.
to women. I mean, look at us. We are in a most enviable situation.
You may be.
Fun fact, Vampira unsuccessfully tried to sue Elvira.
Worse than when I started off. Not only have I lost Dee, but I look like an idiot.
No, you look fantastic. Oliver, why you insist on staying in prison when the door is wide open? Oh, if this is the only girl for you, then I'm afraid there's only one recourse to deal with your rival.
What's that? Like a duel?
See.
I'm only gonna tell you this once. Leave D alone. I'm only gonna tell you this once. I'll tell you this.
Why are you gonna get in a fight? She's consensually going out with him. What?
Hard to compete with that.
I'm only gonna tell you this. I'm going only once this to tell you, okay? Leave alone D.
What?
What?
Are you nuts? I don't even know you.
That's like me trying to get in a fight. Is this a fist? Did we do it?
You're out of your mind.
All your advice has done so far has caused more misery.
Oh, Oliver, you're beginning to sound like so many of my detractors. Remember what I tell you, huh? Faith is the key that unlocks all doubt.
It just sounds like another line.
Well, think what you wish, my young friend, but the fact remains that I have a rendezvous, and you don't.
Wait a minute, I brought you here. You just can't leave me like this.
Truly the song of the desperate. All right, look, why don't you accost them together? Expose her infidelity. At least you'll have some revenge.
There's no infidelity. They weren't together.
Humiliation.
But I don't want revenge.
Uh-huh.
Where are you going?
Out and
You trying to attract an older girl? No, same age. Not even like just same age, like they're best friends.
So does it feel any better?
It's not like he doesn't already know her.
What made you think fighting was a way to get to a woman's heart?
Mr. Giovanni's been giving me some advice.
Mr. Giovanni's quite a character.
Now, when you call someone a character, that usually means you don't like them.
Well, he's quite charming, but he's also pretty superficial, and I wouldn't count on him for anything. And trust is the basis for any real relationship. Wouldn't you agree?
Yeah.
My brooch! I dropped it. Oh, I believe that's mine. Oh, no way. It's mine, honey.
Mr. Giovanni gave me this. Just said it belonged to his mother.
Gave me one as well. Me too. That rotten scoundrel!
Oh, cartoonish. Okay. Well, alright. That's the end of his arc, I guess.
Hi. Do you mind if I come down?
No.
I guess I've been kind of distant lately.
Yeah, I noticed.
Well, Sean made me promise not to tell anyone what's been going on.
Promise is a promise.
Well, I can talk about it now. His girlfriend's going on a student exchange, and he's worried she'll meet someone else. He kept asking me what he should do.
And would you tell him?
Well, I said he should just trust her.
You know, he's lucky to have you as a friend.
I'm the one that's lucky.
Why's that?
Most guys would go Neanderthal if their girlfriend spent a bunch of time with another guy. But not you.
No. No, not me.
I didn't realize
So
they were
glad to
already
have
dating
someone
at this point.
It gives me that kind of freedom.
Missed the episode where they got together, because it's probably missing. 2/3 of the episodes are missing, maybe more.
I gotta run, but you want to see a movie tomorrow?
Yeah, sure.
Go watch The Phantom Menace. 1999. That seems appropriate.
It's okay, you can come out now.
Well, well, well. Another victim consigned to the murky depths of love, huh?
I think you're the one who just emerged from the murky depths.
Well, you might have a point, Oliver. I'll tell you. I would rather face a Viennese court than this irrational mob of women. Seems that I am once again much too popular for my own good.
Popular?
You act real confident.
Are you popular?
But you're not confident at all.
What are you talking about? I am supremely confident. I am Casanova. I am a great lover, all right?
You'll never know love.
Well, that's... yeah, this is not... Perhaps. But I regret nothing. Oh, dear me. Hey. Oh, the universe is truly divine. Ciao, friend.
Ciao.
Well, so much for my sales career. At least the neighborhood has calmed down now that Mr. Giovanni is gone.
No kidding.
They also returned everything. I guess I can't blame them. You know, I hated that Mr. Giovanni manipulated...
I'll be honest, I think that should be an all sales or final thing. If they bought Tupperware to try to get in Casanova's pants, that's on them. I don't think they should get to return that shit. I don't think that's fair. You were all willing to buy this when you thought you were going to get some... Okay, never mind. Nothing.
Them like that.
Oh, don't sweat it. I'm sure they even the score.
Toreador says, Monty Python's Meaning of Life, Section 7, Death, Part 1, opens on a somber funeral scene, smash cut to a man sneaking through empty streets. With a pulse-pounding soundtrack, voiceover, this man is about to die. Guy gets chased by a horde of topless women, comedy and...
Mom, thanks for the advice about trust.
Well, who left this here? What a unique piece.
Oh, I'm sure there's probably plenty more where that came from.
Well, that wasn't my favorite episode. Thanks everyone for hanging out. I have to work tomorrow, so no stream tomorrow, but I am free Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, so those days we'll have streams. And yeah, be back Tuesday. Alternative, you could watch the sketch, but TOS for gratuitous tatas. I appreciate it. Alright, let's see who we're gonna raid. I'm hoping I feel better by Tuesday. I'm off. Feeling really off. Whew. Alright, night everyone. See you later.